Danisha Carter, if you don't know, and I wouldn't blame you because I never know who the these influencers are. Like, what is an Alex Earl and why should I care? Is a TikToker who comments on current internet discourse or stitches people directly and either elaborates on their points or debunks their opinions.
I am not a girl's girl because when I was a girl's girl, people would take advantage of my kindness, people would take advantage of the life that I'm living for the things that I do for them, and so much more.
I genuinely feel like takes like this are so common and agreed with because nobody knows what being a girl's girl actually means. Everything she said in the latter half of her video is sound logic. It just doesn't mean that she's not a girl's girl.
Khalil, another TikToker, whose page I cannot find, by the way, all of the people who were just giving their 2 cents about the drama were not dropping usernames and were not tagging. LOL. Accused Danisha of allegedly trying to fake a pregnancy to get him to hook up with her after they already had once. I don't want to discuss the drama itself, but rather the response. The day it was all coming out, Danisha had followers in her comments hyping her up, calling her queen, being on her side, slay, pussy queen mamas. I love seeing you in your predator era.
Huh?
And I found it very strange because if the intent behind the alleged lie really was to get Sir Khalil to hook up with her again, baby, that's assault. According to Khalil, he denied such advances, but if he had complied, he would have been emotionally coerced into doing so, and that's straight up assault. I'm not saying she did or did not do it. I'm not here to dispute evidence or what have you. I'm just presenting what was presented to us and sharing my thoughts on what followed. But she did say this about it.
Consider that you don't know the truth of any situation that has ever happened in my life and that you would be foolish to take anybody's perspective on something about a personal matter at face value. Additionally, consider I would owe strangers on the internet absolutely nothing regarding situations happening in my personal life that they do not know anything about.
I'm just saying, if it were undeniably true, and he did provide screenshots and screen recordings, but at the same time, none of us were there. Only the 2 of them know for sure exactly what happened. If that were the case, that would be incredibly f***ed up. Assault is wrong, regardless of the gender of the alleged perpetrator. And the fact that you're making me have to explain that really grinds my gears. It really ruffles my feathers. I also noticed that a lot of people were trying to discredit him, finding a reason to not believe him because they didn't like his tone when he presented it. He was being dramatic and it should be serious and he's just making it drama. Or they said they didn't believe him because of his history of being anti-black woman. This was my first time hearing of the dude, so I can't speak on none of that. But come on now. Being a bad person does not negate victimhood. You can be a bad person and also have bad things happen to you. It feels like we always come back to the perfect victim problem. You just don't like the alleged victim. Therefore, their story is unbelievable and you're siding with the alleged potential attacker. Like, this is getting tired, I'm not gonna lie. Aren't we sick of doing this every single time a story like this comes out? I loathe these comparisons and these metaphors or what have you. But imagine it was a dude saying the woman victim is hard to believe because her personality is a little unsavory. Wait, actually, we don't have to imagine. Hey, like the video and subscribe if you're into hearing someone yap about internet or celebrity drama. If you stick around, maybe one day you'll see me beefing with someone. And I really hope it's a Kardashian. Rosanna Pansino's man did that very same thing, and people were eating him up for it. As they should. Bro was bitching and moaning about Tana Mojo saying she hates men, even though every woman has a bad experience with men, and the men who understand the systemic threat that they are and empathize with women don't get offended when we say that. It's only the hit dogs who holler. Anyway, he was very obviously offended, whining about, you have one bad experience with men and suddenly you hate half the population. Weh.
And I've debated telling the story on the podcast all week, but like I just fucking hate men and I cannot believe this happened to me. Like, so whatever, I'm going to tell it.
I don't know. That seems a weird way to start a story for me.
I think she's been hurt a lot by men. I have as well. I have my own traumas, but I don't hate all of a gender. I don't know. It's just a pretty harsh statement. I don't hate any sex. I don't hate women. I don't hate men. I don't like people who are mean.
Yeah, we don't like certain people, but to just say you hate 50% of the population and you're trying to tell a story as if it's not biased, I don't know. I think it throws the bias out the window before she's even told the story.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Oh my god. We have all heard that regurgitated slop a million times, and it exclusively comes from, you guessed it, men. I'm just saying, the correlation is correlating. And what was Rosanna doing every time the misogyny in him jumped out? She was agreeing. In her follow-up video, she addressed most of her video, except for the fact that she literally said Tana's lies made it hard to believe her sexual harassment story. She claims when Tana first told her what had happened, she believed her. Yet because her feelings were personally hurt and Tana did something she didn't like, suddenly it's difficult to believe her. Having her doofus boyfriend or husband or whoever the hell he is display misogyny at her side accentuated it and made it so much worse. At least in my eyes. The fact that she glossed over it really muddied the rest of what she was saying in her follow-up. Honestly, I do believe she was being sincere, but skipping such a big red flag. It's the same with the Khalil guy. And to be clear, mocking her, Rosanna, for what happened with her dad, not okay. I saw the clips. Tana was definitely being a little rude about it. And those ugly-ass ass loser bitch bros on their podcast saying her dad deserved to die because of his dying wish for his family to smoke him is disgusting. Why would you say that? But she also said something that is very much not okay and is very much playing into the perfect victim concept that we keep circling back to and was very much not giving girls girl. It wasn't much, but these thoughts have just been bouncing around my head for a few weeks, and I wanted to get them out there, so thanks for joining the Yap Sesh.